And so this session is now being recorded. And so if perhaps you have a friend that you that wasn't able to make it tonight, please feel free to send this along to them. We will send out the video, the link to the recorded version later this week. So look out for that. All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Juan Escobar. I am the Director of Residential Life and Explorations at Rollins College. I have the pleasure of supervising the office, and I'll give you a little bit of a breakdown here about what our office does here in just a second. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up too that I will do my best to monitor the chat. But perhaps if I don't get to your question right away, I promise we will get to it at the end when I'm done with my short presentation that I have for you guys. So we have plenty of friends joining us tonight. Thank you all. It looks like we have about 44 new members of the Rollins community joining us. And so I'm so grateful to you all for spending some time with me this evening to learn more about your housing application and what comes next. So this session is titled Just That. I submitted my housing application. Now what? So is everyone able to see this? Would anybody mind terribly just commenting in the chat to make sure that you can see this? Yes, yes, yes. Cool. Are you guys able to see my PowerPoint? Looks like I have some thumbs up. Uh-oh, nope. Okay. 1 second. Okay. How about now? Can you guys see that? Excellent. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for your participation. Okay. So like I said, my name is Juan Escobar. I'm the Director of Residential Life and Explorations. Before we kind of dig into tonight's topic, I did want to just share a little bit about our office. Internally, we like to say that we are RLE, and we are relationship builders, leaders, and educators. And we are, just like every other office at Rollins, extremely student focused. Everything that we do has your student in mind, and your son or daughter or your incoming child in mind, and it has their best interest in mind, because we want to help them succeed while they're here at Rollins. And we do that by a variety of ways. And so we have a bunch of staff that are committed to your student success, from our professional staff to our hall directors to our assistant hall directors, peer mentors, student coordinators, GAs, RAs, and house managers. And so that all sounds like really fancy lingo, but all you need to know for right now is that all of these are folks that just really care about your students succeeding and are looking out for their safety and their well-being and their success here at college. So some quick numbers. We do have 21 residence halls on campus. We have 6 traditional buildings: Ward, Rex Beach, Elizabeth, the Strong Halls, and Holt Hall. We have 2 apartment-style residence halls, which is Sutton Apartments and Lakeside Neighborhood. And we do have 12 smaller buildings that house primarily student FSL organizations, and those are Corinne, Cross, Foxgale, Lyman, Hooker, Pugsley, Strong Hall 220, 221, Rollins, Pinehurst, and Mayflower. The ones that you'll likely care the most about, though, are Strong Hall 220 and 221, which do house our first-year students, Strong Hall 219, Ward, Rex Beach, and Elizabeth. Likely that is where your incoming student will be living next year. If they're an incoming transfer student, perhaps they will likely be living in Sutton or Holt apartments. Just a reminder, Lakeside is our new neighborhood and our new residence hall, but that is only eligible for our upper class juniors and seniors students. I saw a quick question on the chat about what are FSL organizations. That is our fraternity and sorority life organizations that have houses on campus. Excellent. So I just got to note that this session is mostly for students. So I apologize for that, but that's good to know that this is mostly for students. And if you have your parent here with you, the more the merrier. So we do, entering the fall semester, we do have about 1563 active beds, which is the most ever that we've ever had at Rollins. So again, to be able to give your student or yourself a great experience while being here at Rollins. We do have 5 professional staff, 1 administrative professional, 7 graduate assistants, 6 assistant hall directors and student coordinators, 50 RAs, 74 peer mentors, and 5 work study positions that comprise our staff in our office to help you be successful. So we're going to keep plugging right along. I'm sure you'll have a question, right, about where you will live as an incoming first year student. And the short answer is that you're going to live in a learning community, in a living learning community. And so living learning communities essentially bring the college learning experience into everyday lives of residents. You'll have a chance to interact with your peers that are part of your RCC, which is your Rollins College Conference course. And you'll live and learn with them, literally, right? And your faculty will also do some programming in your hall. So you'll get to see your faculty do some fun, passive and engaging programming in the hall. And here are some of the goals of the Live and Learning community. And as you can see, it's really just to enhance the academic achievement, retention, quality of learning, foster greater interactions between our faculty, staff, and students, link in-hall programming to academic experiences, provide opportunities for first-year students to become more integrated into our community, and provide opportunities for faculty and students to enhance personal connections and nurture relationships outside the classroom. So along with that, how is an LLC different from traditional housing, right? The biggest difference is that LLC housing is based on your RCC placement. So we are able to, we do that very intentionally so that you're able to find help and insight when you need it, but also so that you're able to enjoy college with a group of friends with whom you have a shared interest, right? It enables the community to be stronger and provide a support system for the students' transition into the college life. And so with that, the RCC is a course that all first-year students are required to take. It is called the Rollins Conference course, RCC for short. And it's a seminar class where students meet with a faculty member to explore a topic in the professor's area of expertise. All first-year students take an RCC course, which is an academic seminar that includes added attention to integrating and engaging first-year learnings. If you're in an RCC that is linked to another course, you will likely be living with students that share at least 2 courses with you, if that's the case. Are you required to, I'm sure you might be wondering yourself, are you required to be in an LLC? And the answer is yes. All of the incoming first-year students will participate in a live and learning community. Where will LLC students live? And that is in, like we mentioned earlier, in Strong Hall, Elizabeth, Rex Beach, or Ward Hall. And who is in charge, right? The LLCs is truly a collaborative effort. And so it includes folks such as our faculty director of LOC and faculty in residence. So this is a faculty member that actually lives in the hall with her family in Ward Hall and is responsible for being a liaison between the faculty and our office to ensure that there is a intentional and collaborative experience between our academics and our living experience. She does some extra programming and she's available for you for anything you might need. And she is truly phenomenal. She wants to really get to know the students, and I'm sure you'll get to meet her throughout orientation and throughout your first year. Juan Franco, who's our Associate Director of Residential Life, and he is likely the person that's going to be sending you your housing assignment here in the coming weeks. So very exciting stuff there. Aspen Fox, who's our Associate Director of Residential Life for the exploration side. And so she is in charge of all of our peer mentors and student coordinators in the orientation side. And then the hall directors that live in your hall, the resident assistants that also live in your hall that are there to help provide support and help be a resource to you. The peer mentors who help you throughout orientation and your entire first semester and first year with giving you resources and guidance. And then we also have some work studies that help with some of the logistical programming. A peer mentor, you might be wondering what is that, right? And so these are thoughtful and committed sophomore, juniors, and seniors that I'm just going to let a couple folks that are waiting in the lobby that have committed to serve as academic and social role models for the RCC courses to better integrate and engage first-year students. They focus their work around the 5 dimensions of personal and social responsibility, which is striving for excellence, cultivating personal and academic integrity, contributing to a larger community, taking seriously the perspective of others, developing competence in ethical and moral reasoning. You might also be wondering yourself, are there additional expenses to be in an LLC? And the answer is no. And then you also might be wondering, my friend and I are coming to Rollins together. Can we be roommates? And the short answer is we will do our best, right? As long as you have selected each other in the housing application, we will do our absolute best to accommodate your roommate request. However, if you did not request anybody, chances are you're going to be with other folks from your RCC and living and learning together with them.
Huh.
And then I'm sure you might also be wondering when you can expect your housing assignment, and we are hoping to send those out early to mid-July. Our office is busy getting those ready right now and starting to work on those now, and there's a lot of moving pieces that that go along with that. So our hope is to send them out sometime in early to mid-July, and that email will contain your housing assignment, of course, roommate information, and you will be assigned a move-in date and time that we ask that you stick to, and other kind of FAQs that for any questions that you might have. So that is kind of the Spark Notes. I know there might be some questions, and if anybody's a fan of The Office here, I hope this is appealing to you. I'm a huge fan of The Office, but I'm gonna stop sharing my screen here now, and I'm gonna start to get to the chat. So I see that we have some questions. So I hope I answered the question about FSL organizations. I have a question from Jenny. Wait, so if I indicated a person that I want to be my roommate, but we have different RCCs, does that mean we won't be roommates? That is a really good question, Jeannie. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. It doesn't necessarily mean that. Again, we will take into account roommate. We will take into account, we will give preference to your roommate request, if that makes sense. So that might mean, though, that one of you, depending on how the numbers are working out, may not be living in the RCC of your placement. Sorry, of your LLC RCC. But we do try to give preference, higher preference to your roommate choice, because we want you to be happy and we want to accommodate that. Perhaps living with somebody that you know may be the best thing and may be what you want, right? So we want to try to accommodate that for your first year experience. When do you know your move-in date again? So that will be sent with your housing assignment in early to mid-July, and you will either be moving on June 23rd or 24th, and you can, sorry, August. Oh my gosh, August. I'm so sorry. You'll either be moving on August 23rd or August 24th for new and transfer domestic students. And if you're an incoming international student, you will move in on August 22nd. So you can start to plug in those dates now as potential move-in dates. And again, we will send you specific move-in dates when we send out your housing assignment. I have a question from Jake. Does transfer student housing also follow the same formula? Like, will I be roommates with someone who shares similar classes? That's an excellent question, Jake, and thank you so much for asking it. If you're in a transfer, if you're an incoming transfer student, there's a high chance you may be with other transfer students. They may not be in your same exact RCC course, but there's also a high chance that you might just be placed with another returning student. So we'll do our best to place you with students that have similar classes, but it's not guaranteed. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I was looking at my calendar wrong, and that. Thank you, Claire, for catching that. Your move-in dates. I'm so sorry. Let me just go back. If you're an incoming international student, will be on August 15th, Monday, August 15th, and if you're a new transfer or domestic student, it would be on August 16th or 17th. I'm so sorry. Thank you for catching that, Claire. Um, Please make sure you don't come after classes have started. Ariana asked if in my application I indicated a meal plan, but my bill indicates another meal plan. What do I do? Your meal plan is not final just yet, Ariana. So we will assign you the meal plan that you selected in your housing application, and all of that will be updated after July 6th. Hope that answers your question. Nicholas asked, when we receive our housing information, will it include details about the dorm rooms, such as room size, furniture included? I'm trying to buy things for my room early, so I would really like to know for storage options. Nick, yes, it would. Yes, it will. But you're also welcome to visit our website, which has general information about what most of the rooms include. So feel free to go ahead and start looking at that right now, or just email rle@rollins.edu and we can give you a general idea. Hope that answers your question, Nick. I have a question from Candice that says, I had put in a roommate request back in February, and when I got to the roommate request tab, it shows 0. Is this something I should be worried about? Also, they requested me and it says 0. Great question, Candice. No, you don't have anything to worry about because we do that matching manually. So you'll actually won't see that ever. But as long as you requested each other in the housing application, you should be just fine. But if you want to just double check, just for peace of mind, go ahead and email rle@rollins.edu, and we can ensure that you are paired up with the person that you want to live with. Okay. Hope that answers your question, Candice. I have a question about what are the main differences between the two meal plans. The two mandatory meal plans for incoming students are the unlimited and the 15 block meal plan. The main difference there is that with the unlimited plan, this is a really good question, so thank you for asking it, McKenna. With the unlimited plan, it truly is unlimited in the sense of how many times you can swipe in and out of our main residence hall. And then it also has a different amount of Tarbucks and dining dollars. Dining dollars are basically um, uh, like Rollins credit that you can use at any of our dining locations. And Tarbucks you can use at any of our dining locations, plus our bookstore and some off-campus locations as well. So we have a partnership with some businesses in the Winter Park area where you can use that. And there's some pizza places and some sandwich places that you can use those Starbucks at. So basically, the unlimited one you can swipe in as many times as you want at our dining hall. And then the 15 block, you can only swipe 15 times from Sunday to Sunday for each meal, if that makes sense. So you kind of have to kind of budget that a little bit better. But we require those two because the most of the vast majority of the rooms, right, if not all of them, don't come with a kitchen. So we want to make sure that you are well, that you're getting all of the nutrition that you need for your first year. Are most dorms community bathrooms? The answer to that is yes. Most of them are most of our residence halls are community bathrooms, but also most of them also do include private stalls as well and private bathrooms that like kind of like single stall units that you can use as well. How often are the bathrooms cleaned is another question. These are cleaned every day by our facility staff for the community bathrooms, and so we just ask everyone to ensure that you are cleaning up after yourself, even though you're no longer living at home. We ask that you respect the space and that you are cleaning up after yourself so that you are respectful to your community. But they are cleaned every day. Is there a shared kitchen area in the typical first year halls? I'm just trying to think trying to go through each hall. Yes, most of them do have a shared kitchen area where your RAs might do some programming or might do some cooking classes or things like that. But you are welcome to cook your own meals. But remember, you have that meal plan, right? But it's up to you if you want to maybe cook some meals. I have a question from James. Is it correct you have to get extra long bedding? Yes, you do have to get twin XL bedding. Twin XL bedding is the vast majority of the first year halls, if not all of them. So if you want to double check, you're welcome to email our office, but twin XL is the correct bedding that you have to get. Is it recommended to get the mattress upgrades? You are not able to remove any mattresses or any furniture from the room. So you can bring a mattress pad if you would like, but you are not able to remove any mattresses from the residence hall. I heard that there is an athlete's meal plan. There is no athlete's meal plan. So the unlimited plan and the 15 block plan will be what everyone has. On the meal plan stuff, what does cost per swipe mean? If you want to dig more into meal plans, I'd be happy to do that. It's basically just kind of broken down for how much each swipe would cost you for the semester, but that's not necessarily important for that. We're not going to charge you per swipe. It's just kind of broken down how much it would cost you per swipe. But we're happy to answer more questions about meal plans if you email us at rle@rollins.edu. Okay, it looks like I'm caught up. You're also more than welcome to unmute yourself if you would like to just ask a question. If you want to pop your video on, I'd be more than happy to answer some questions. I have a question about Rollins green meal boxes. Perhaps you're referring to the reusable containers that we have. Is that what you mean, Wave? If you're referring to the reusable containers, it is a really great program that we have. It's a sustainability program that we have to reduce the cardboard waste. But basically, you just purchase a one-time fee for a green reusable box, and then you can bring it back to the residence hall. You put it into this little machine. You get a token. You show it at the front of the dining hall, and then you get a brand new one, or a clean one, I should say. You do not have to pay for laundry services, washers, or dryers. That is included. That is a free service that is included as part of your housing fees. So no need to bring a bunch of coins to campus.
Mr. Escobar?
Yes.
I was just wondering, do the typical like freshman dorms is a fridge included with that?
Thank you, Gavin, for your question. No, it is not included in the residence hall. So you would be required to bring your own mini fridge, and I would invite you to check out our website for the ones that you're allowed to bring. There's some very specific, watt requirements and cubic feet measurements and things like that. So good question. They're not included, so you'd be required to bring your own.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. I have a question about during the move-in week, can parents help their students move in, or are students expected to move in themselves? You are more than welcome to come help move your student in. And so we are excited to meet you in the fall at move-in. We also have some staff that are helping through this process to facilitate. You'll see that it's a really big kind of all hands on deck event here at Rollins. Do the double rooms have enough space for 2 refrigerators? Yes, we've definitely had a lot of students that have brought 2 refrigerators. So just connect with your roommate. Perhaps you can share one, or perhaps you can bring 2. But yeah, there's definitely plenty of space to have 2 refrigerators. What type of furniture comes with the rooms? Most rooms will have the typical, obviously the bed and mattress, a desk and a desk chair. And it'll also come with a dresser typically. And if it doesn't have a closet, we do have obviously a big dresser where you can hang your stuff. But we do have pictures here, if you will allow me to. On our website, we do have. If you would just give me just 1 second, I'm more than happy to put in the chat here. we took some time two years ago to take some pictures of our residence hall. So you can kind of, if you see, I just put in the chat, you can kind of explore what the vast majority of our first year neighborhoods look like, and it'll tell you what the typical um, furnishings come with the halls, and you can even see a picture of what a typical room in that hall would look like to give you an idea. So I hope that's helpful to everyone that's asking about furnishings or what the room comes with or things like that. The blue and gold apron meal kits. I'm honestly not 100% sure, Wave. So I would refer you to our dining services website. I believe they're just ready to go meals that you can pop in the microwave. I believe that's what they are, but I don't want to give you the wrong information. So I would refer you to our dining services website. I have a question from McKenna. Can you bring a microwave? Yes, you can bring a microwave. For international students, are parents required invited to any events during the move-in week? Yes, you're obviously, and we do have a parent orientation, so I would just refer you to our website for the full orientation schedule, and that'll have all of the events on there to make sure that you're getting the most accurate information. All right. Any other questions I can answer? These are all really good questions. Thank you, everybody. Again, you're welcome to unmute yourself if you would like to ask a question. Awesome. Well, if you took nothing from this, I hope hope the one thing that you took is that we do have our move-in dates that have already been determined for the fall, and those are on August, not June, everybody. August 15th for new international students, and August 16th and 17th, and you'll receive your specific move-in date when we send out your housing assignment in early to mid-July. And so we're starting the process to work on those. There's a million moving pieces that come along with that, but we are so excited to welcome everybody here in the next couple of weeks. If you have any questions or anything that you still are unsure about, please never hesitate to reach out to our office. I'm going to put our email here if you would like to send us an email. I'm also going to put my personal email if you would like to reach out to me directly. I'd be more than happy to help answer any questions. And this is our office. I almost put myself on everybody. That would have been funny. That is our office number. And so you are more than welcome to reach out to us either through phone or email. We are just sincerely so excited to welcome you and your family to the Rollins community here in just the next couple of weeks. I will hang back for a few minutes if you would like to perhaps ask me a question privately, since it looks like we're wrapping up a little bit early. So again, thank you all for joining me this evening. I sincerely appreciate it. I hope this was helpful. I hope it gave you some insights as to what is to come. Thank you all so much. Again, I'll hang back for just a second for a few minutes if you want to just maybe hang back and chat directly. But if not, have a wonderful evening and go Tars. You're welcome, everybody. I'm loving all these thank yous. You are so welcome. See the question from somebody about the neighborhood hall for first year students assigned depending of costs. The only thing that's cost dependent for the person that asked that is the type of room that you're assigned to. So if you're assigned to a single or a double, that's the only thing that's kind of cost depending. Everything else, all singles are billed the same, all doubles are billed the same, all triples are billed the same, if that makes sense. And our rates are on our website if you want to take a look at that. We do ask that parents perhaps, it is really kind of up to you, but we do ask that there's just for space limitations, we ask that they stick to the parent schedule. And again, that's on our website so that they can take a look at that. Okay, any other questions I can answer? All right, I'm going to stop recording now. And again, thank you all for joining us and have a wonderful evening.